Today I am reviewing the ASUS V16 16-inch WUXGA 144Hz gaming laptop. If at any time you'd like to explore this product for yourself and grab it at a great price, be sure to check the links below the video. If you are looking for a laptop that promises to handle modern gaming without looking like a neon spaceship, the ASUS V16 might have caught your eye, but after spending a week putting this machine through its paces, I have some thoughts on whether it actually lives up to the spec sheet. The first thing you notice when you pull this out of the box is the build. It is a matte black, understated chassis that feels professional enough for a boardroom, but packs the RTX 5070 under the hood. I spent a lot of time testing this with some demanding titles, and the performance is genuinely impressive for a 16-inch form factor. The Core i7-240H processor combined with that 5070 GPU handles high frame rates at the native WUXGA resolution, without breaking a sweat. If you're curious about the current pricing or want to see the latest deals, I have included links below the video that you can check out. However, let's talk about the display. The 144Hz refresh rate is buttery smooth, and for competitive shooters, that extra fluidity is a massive advantage. The 16:10 aspect ratio gives you that extra vertical screen real estate, which I found surprisingly useful for productivity tasks like editing timelines or managing large spreadsheets. The colors are decent, though it is not a professional-grade color-accurate panel for high-end graphic design work. It is perfectly fine for gaming and general consumption, but if you're a colorist, you might find yourself reaching for an external monitor. The cooling system is where ASUS usually shines, and the IceCool tech here is effective, though it is not silent. When you are pushing the GPU, you are definitely going to hear the fans. It is not an annoying, high-pitched whine, but it is a consistent rush of air. It kept the internal temperature stable during my 2-hour stress tests, so I never ran into thermal throttling, which is a major win for a machine this slim. If you are a student or a remote worker who needs to take this to a library or a quiet cafe, you'll be happy to know that under light loads, the laptop stays remarkably quiet. Now, we need to address the elephant in the room, which is the RAM. It comes with 16 gigabytes of DDR5. For gaming right now, that is the sweet spot, but if you're someone who likes to keep 50 browser tabs open while running a game in the background, you might find yourself hitting that ceiling sooner than you expect. It is a bit of a disappointment that they didn't go with 32 gigabytes out of the box at this price point. If you are comfortable opening up the chassis, you can upgrade it down the road, but it is something to keep in mind if you are planning on heavy multitasking. The typing experience on the ErgoSense keyboard is one of the highlights for me. The 1.5 millimeters of travel feels snappy and tactile, which is great if you do a lot of writing. I am not a huge fan of the turbo blue backlight though. It looks a bit aggressive compared to a standard white or customizable RGB setup, but that is a minor aesthetic gripe. When it comes to value, this laptop sits in an interesting middle ground. You are paying for that RTX 5070 performance in a portable package. If you prioritize portability and raw gaming power over absolute top-tier display accuracy or premium chassis materials, this is a solid choice. If you are a hardcore competitive gamer who needs a desktop replacement, you might want to look for something with a higher wattage power delivery, but for most people, this is going to be more than enough. I would recommend this to anyone who needs a secondary machine for work that can double as a powerful gaming rig on the weekends. If you are a professional video editor or someone who demands a perfect screen, you might want to look elsewhere or budget for an external display. You can find the links below the video if you want to look at the full specs or see if it fits your budget. Overall, the ASUS V16 is a reliable, high-performing machine that does exactly what it says on the box without too many gimmicks, provided you keep those RAM limitations in mind.